Iburu, Iboya, Ibuche, everybody in Cyberland. Hope everybody's doing okay. It's your favorite Bawalao, Homo doing Dileke. I'm out here. I'm sitting here. I'm reading. I'm going through emails. Saturdays, I like to just take some time, go through emails, make sure that I'm keeping track on everything and everybody. Making sure my god kids got all the answers they had throughout the week. Making sure that anybody who had a question in the videos got their answer. So Saturdays for me are kind of cleanup, right? So what I do is I've noticed that there is a common theme. A lot of people have the same questions, right? And believe it or not, there's a lot of people that there's this misconception that you can do a lot of things through mail. For example, there was one person that told me, hey, they received their stuff through mail. They received their warriors, they received their mano de orula in the mail. Right? They paid some money and they got it in the mail. Okay. I'm gonna tell you what my ile does. I'm not gonna tell you what I believe should be the right thing, but I would tell you philosophically that is wrong. My ile, that is wrong. You have to be present to receive your things, people. You got to be present. That's just no ifs, ands, or buts. It's wrong. It's wrong, is wrong, is wrong. Okay? One question I always get is, this happened to me. This is where we're at. Okay. Fear not. Can we fix and work through some things? Yes. That's why Orula is who Orula is. He's wisdom. He's a diviner. Ifa will guide us. Ifa, interplanetary. Ifa, universal. Ifa will make it work, I promise you. So don't be discouraged. Ask the right questions. If you smell something's off, you got some questions, you ask it. So good. That was one thing that I noticed, and I just want to make sure I make that 100% known. Anybody who says they're gonna mail you a ceremony is wrong. And it bo un rewaldo, something else that they can feed in front of the orisha, the ocha, whoever, that's fine. I'm not worried about that too much. Okay, because there is ways around things. But a ceremony, you receiving a divinity of some sort through mail, absolutely not. No can do. Make sense? Hopefully. I'm just saying. And if that's happened to you, I don't want you to fear too much, because there is a ways to fix some things to make sure they're good. That's one. The next question, I know that I get a lot too, is I guess some people don't really have a firm understanding of what they receive, especially when it comes to mano de orula. A lot of people receive their mano de orula, right, and they go through the motions, right? They receive an odum, which one of the 256 that they receive, and they still don't know what that means. What was the ita? What was the messages? What's the strength and the weakness of that odum? How do you resolve your problems? I'm going to tell you, here's the secret, guys. When you walk out of that room and you receive your mano arula, you should have a firm understanding of what that sign is. You should have a firm understanding of how to resolve some of the minor problems that you're going to encounter. You should walk out of that place understanding how do you attend your warriors, how do you attend your orula. It's simple. It's not rocket science. That's something that is owed to you. Okay? So in essence, yeah, you pay that derecho, but not derecho comes a lot of things. So, food for thought. When you receive a ceremony, you don't receive just a ceremony. No, you should be in contact with that bawalao. You should be in contact with that oriateque, that oba, that santera, whoever. You should be in contact, because you need to learn and grow. Don't ever receive nothing just for the sake of somebody saying, oh, you got to go get this. And then you go get it and they don't teach you how to use it. No, that's wrong. Flags should be flying everywhere. Hopefully that makes sense, people. Hopefully that makes sense. Another question that I know people said, and they come to me all the time. They say, hey, listen, I got my godfather, but man, my godfather's not working out. Maybe there's some language barriers. I make these videos specifically for people with the language barriers. All right, Spanish, Yoruba. When you start mixing Spanish, Yoruba, and English, and you start talking about different dialects and everything else, it gets complicated, it gets convoluted. My concern is that we water down the faith and we do things incorrectly. We need to maintain the line, the standard, the way we do business. There's expectations out there in this faith, and we cannot water that down for the lack of understanding. So I do these videos. I answer emails. I will lend my hand out. Why? Because it's necessary for the faith to grow, to help people, to help the world, and do God's will. God's will. Olodumare, Olofin, Olorum, Orula, Ifa. They will always look now and say, hey, man, my son, Odileke, is taking care of business down there. Because that's what I want to do. I want to take care of business for every one of you guys. That's simple, right? If you need help and you need assistance, it's not that you are disrespecting your godfather. It's not that you're disrespecting your ile. Because you need to have that honest conversations too. Okay? You need to be able to sit with your godfather and sometimes tell him, hey, listen, language barrier to Spanish. Hey, I know a guy that I would like to learn some things from. And no different that I would ask my godchildren to do the same, is bring me the information. Your godparents should be able to tell you, okay, tell me what he's teaching so I can hear it or I can see it, and I can see if it's valid for this ile. Every ile does something slightly different. Foundationally, we're all the same. Okay, we get from point A to point B, we all do it. How we get there sometimes varies just a little bit. Some people like to take the countryside, some people like to take the highway. Makes sense? So it's very important not to disrespect your godparents. I will help you. I will help you. But I will give you that talk. I will give you the honest, no kidding talk between godchild and godparent. Because it's needed. It's necessary. You need to have that. That's respect. That's loyalty for your ile. Respect. Because you know why? All your divinities that were given to you by that house came from that house. Your godfather is the one that birthed your items. So you need to give that energy, that same loyalty and respect that you would, even if you were to hit me up, hey, you know, Iburuboy Bucheche, or Dileke, question about this, that, and the other. I want to learn this, that, and the other, because a lot of times I'm not going to deny you. If you're going to put me to work, I may ask you for a derecho. Yeah, I may ask you for the $21 typically. Hey, you want me to read a paper on your Odun? That one Odun, you want me to break it down? I can give you 3 pages, translated in English, boom, 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 and I tell you what you got to go and where you got to go. I do that all the time because I'm here to help no matter what. But that takes me a little bit of time to make sure that I'm translating everything perfectly. Okay? Even though I read Spanish, I want to make sure that I'm not misinterpreting something. And I like to bring it down to the lowest level, to the point where I even translate the words from Yoruba over, right? So instead of me saying, I know, oti, I'm going to tell you aguardiente. I'm going to tell you light rum. I'm going to tell you, you know, so you guys get the idea. Some of the other things that is truly important to understand is that I'm not one that's necessarily going to give something out for the sake of giving it out. I've also had people shoot me emails, say, hey, I want to receive Odom. I want to receive Osain. I want to receive... Listen to me. Listen to me carefully. I'm not in it for the money. I'm in it because of spiritually. Olodumare talks. Olofin talks. Okay? And through my equales, through my inquines, okay, I would tell you that I will only give what is necessary for your spiritual journey. I would never give anything extra. Okay? Or I will always ask Orula, because Orula is going to give me the answers, because it's not for me. I'm a human being. So those are kind of few questions that I kind of see that flows in and out, and the ebbs and flows of the inbox, all right, in the email inbox. But just want to kind of give you guys some ideas, all right, of some of the things that comes my way, so that way you have a firm understanding of how things should go. All right, and no matter what, at the end of the day, you guys know your favorite Bawala is always here for you. Always shoot me an email, shoot me a comment, whatever it is you're looking for, because these things are important topics. These things are important for you to know fundamentally how things roll. And at the end of the day, if I can do something to ensure you're not getting frauded, even better, because there's people out there, man. There's bad people, man. Just want to take people for their money and they don't even know what they're doing, and it breaks my heart. But with that said, Iburu, Iboya, Ibucheche. I'm not gonna vent no more. I'm gonna smoke my cigar. I'm gonna relax for a minute. I think I'm somewhat caught up with some of the work I was doing. All right, Cyberland, always a pleasure. Iburu boy, Ibucheche.